Ladies and gentlemen, this is the report of the week, and we are now on the air. Yeah, here we are. It's a Wednesday. Week's going by. Actually, surprisingly, for me at least, maybe not for you, I hope it is for you, but the week for me is actually going by a little faster than last week. That's always a good thing, right? Hey, the week could go by as fast as it wants. The weekend, though, take it slow and enjoy your time off. That's what I always say. Yeah, well, another Wednesday. Hump day! As I think that Geico commercial says with the camel. Hump day. Getting over the hump of the week. Midweek. 2 more days to go, guys. 2 more days. We're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it, bras. We all shall, and we all will. So how are you all doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're not too distraught over that April Fool's prank that I played on you yesterday. I hope not. But if you are, contact your local psychiatrist and they'll help you out. Well, as I said, I think I said this, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going. I'm making it through the week without too much incident, which is good. Now, before we start off the show, before we really, get into anything, how about we check our mail, alright? I always think now, at the beginning of the show, the first thing I'm going to do is read the fan mail, because many people always want to, see what other people want to say to me or see how I respond to their message. So I always have little announcements like this right at the beginning of the show. So, let's check out the fan mail. I'm pretty sure there'll be a good influx of it today. Because of my little joke yesterday. But, how about we go check it out? Alright? Let's go. Let's check out the fan mail and then I'll get back to you. YouTube.com/The Report of the Week. Let us see what we have here. We got a lot of emails here. We got, I think, 11 to open. Let's get through with them, alright? Hey, man. Love the vids. Seen every one of them. So, question for you. Have you ever heard of MO Unicorn on Twitch? He showed everyone who watches stream your channel. We watch every vid of yours on stream. No, I've never seen him. I'm sorry, man. Maybe you could talk to him one day. If not, it's cool. Just wanted to tell you that's how I found you. Love the vids. Can't wait for more. FYI, I love the April Fool's prank. Got me good. Thank you. No, I haven't heard of the guy, and I don't have any of that Twitch stuff. I watch a few live streams, but if he wants to talk to me, let him send me an email. If he's advertising, let him, but I always say, if you're going to advertise, there's a difference between mockery and advertising. He could be showing all you guys the videos and laughing at them, or he could be saying, oh, well, you check this out. There's a difference between the two, but thank you for telling me. I thought you were going to wear the free t-shirt from Planet Wings in your next video. LOL. You see, it's people like you that get me, they just irk me a little bit. And I'll tell you why. I know this might seem hostile, my response to this, but let me say this. If you listened to my previous lecture, the one I uploaded the same day, I said the Planet Wings video was filmed February 12th. That's nearly 2 months ago. It's an old video. I said it's part of my backlog. I hope you know what a backlog is, because it's part of that. So, it's part of the backlog. It's an old video. I said the next, newest Planet Wings review I'm going to do, I'll wear it, and I gladly will. I've got it sitting here. I'm looking at it right now. I'll gladly wear it. I'll proudly wear it. In my next Planet Wings review, but this one is old. Unless you wanted me to time travel back to February before I even attained the t-shirt and wear it then. I'm not going to do that. It's not happening. So I'll be wearing it in my next Planet Wings review. Good day, sir. I just wanted to say that I'm terribly sorry for the backlash you've received for your videos in the past. My opinion of you has always been that you're an incredibly motivated and ambitious person, and I look up to that quality in you. I'm sad to hear that you'll be stopping your videos, but I wish you... Well, this is unfortunate. April Fools, right? It's not April Fools anymore, it's April 2nd. Some people just don't listen. If you listen to my... And a lot of these people, you know, they understood the joke and got to me. And that shows that they actually watch my lectures. And listen, this person clearly didn't. So, what can you do? This is not the first message I've gotten of that nature. But, what can you do? That April Fool's prank got me way too good. I was sweating. Seriously, it's the only April Fool's attempt that I've seen online that has worked on me. Hey, I tried. I tried. I put 5 minutes of effort into that. It's a tradition of mine to really, do an April Fool's joke. Every year I always do an April Fool's prank of some sort, be it on friends, family, or anyone. And this time my target was you guys. So I know I got a few of you. Wow, this is a long one, so... You know what? The person spent time typing this up, so I'm going to read it. I just want to start by saying that my girlfriend and I have watched and enjoyed your videos for close to 2 years now, which may seem odd for people our age, mid to late 20s, but still stands true. Nonetheless, as we watched your video today and hearing that you would be stopping your videos, I was suddenly stricken with a guilt feeling. I had been planning on writing you for some time to offer up the chance, if you would so be inclined, to writing you an intro song to your videos, or any music you may need in any of your videos. And hearing that you would be stopping these videos we have been enjoying made me realize that the time for action could have passed. I have a small studio here at our house, and I always thought of a nice intro song that would complement your types of videos, or any ambience that you might have wanted but didn't have the means to acquire. This, of course, is simply an open invitation, and regardless, we will continue to watch and enjoy our videos. This offer comes free of charge, of course. I'd just like to help you out if you could ever be interested in any musical enhancements to your show. If not, no hard feelings, of course, as I wouldn't consider you liking your format as anything more than your comfort level of what you do. Again, for sure, and keep up the good work. If this does not interest you, let me know ideas of things you would like added, and I'll be happy to accommodate. By the way, my name is Blank, longtime watcher and fan. I'm not sure how messaging works on here, as this is my first message I've ever sent on YouTube, but if any of this interests you, let me know. Best wishes. Well, at first I would have said, once again, listen to what the lecture was, but the title was April Fool's got me, so obviously, he continued watching the video, and, that's fair. Listen, I'm not an individual that really changes my show. You know that. I've stuck with the same format for 3+ years now. I know many of you, if not all of you, are well aware of that. But, definitely, if I ever plan on changing things up, I'll take your offer. I'm really glad you're actually willing to, take the time and effort out to even offer, a musical composition for my show. I'll definitely consider it, and I'll get back to you also on YouTube. Man, I was in the middle of typing this message when you said April Fools, and I was so relieved, since I love your videos. It's one of the main reasons I continuously check YouTube. Just remember, man, for every person who bashes your channel or dislikes it, there are approximately 10 to 20 people who are in love with it. I would be severely disappointed if you ever stopped making videos. Just wanted to let you know, I enjoy what you're doing and keep it up. Keep up the great work. And I'm going to give a shout out. Giving a shout out here to Paul, Vince, and Will from Phoenix, Arizona. You guys got your shout out from the Report of the Week. There you go. As well, I know you're mostly into 50s and more classical style music, but you should check out some modern 80s inspired synth music from people like Perturbator, Flash, Arnold, Betamax, Action Jackson, Tokyo Rose, Lena Vert, Time Cop, 1983, Miami Nights, 1984, just to name a few. Just think about it. It'd be awesome if you enjoyed it. Anyways, take care, dude. I'll always be a fan. I got a lot of time to listen to music. I try to always have pretty much like an open door for music. I'll listen to any suggestions and I'll see how it is. But I'll check it out at some point. Food reviews. Hi, big fan of your show. I was wondering, when do you get your food reviews? How long do you typically wait between the time you get the food and you do the videos? Most of your food review series is fast food, so isn't it kind of cold when you eat it on camera? Well, no, it's not. Just because I said the lecture was, or the video was filmed in, I don't know where I was getting off of that. Listen, I don't let the, the fast food sit around for hours. I literally go over to the store, attain the fast food, and eat it immediately when I get home. All the fast food places I go to are pretty local. If I have to, I'll heat it up again, but most of the time that's never required. I just go and pick it up to go, bring it home, and eat it immediately. I always set the camera up before I leave, so I could just press the button and start the show. So it's really a pretty simple process. Now, for frozen food, that could be sitting in the fridge or the freezer for an extended period of time, usually at most for maybe a couple weeks. But that's fine, being as it's frozen. But, the cooked food, the fast food, whatever I get, the takeout, what have you, delivery, I always review it immediately afterwards. Alright? So, it's always immediate. It's always fresh. Question. Yeah, same thing. Listen. Yeah. Listen, he was asking about the Planet Wings shirt. Just check back in how I answered the previous question. The video was old, and the next Planet Wings review I do, then I'll wear the shirt. But that was an old video. It was nearly 2 months old, so keep that in mind. Hello, Report of the Week. Just want to say that I love the new VORW series. I like listening to your thoughts while I'm working on the computer. I've been watching your reviews for a while now, but never actually got to taste most of the food you talk about. You see, I live in Finland, and we will not have many of the restaurants you have reviewed. A few weeks ago, I got a chance to visit New York City, and thanks to you, I already knew where and what I wanted to eat. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you. It's great. It's absolutely great to see, people taking these suggestions and what have you. So, thank you for being a loyal viewer. What's this? Some guy sent me a video. Joker in real life. Let's see. Let's watch it. It's got 996 likes and 991 dislikes. So I'm guessing it's maybe not the best quality video. If there's profanity, I'm cutting this off because I wish not to degrade this lecture. It's 1 minute and 33 seconds. Oh, it's some guy dressed as the Joker from Batman running around. This is idiotic. Oh, now it's got... Nah, I don't dislike things. Alright. It's stupid. It's an idiotic video. Yeah, delete. The report of the week. We skipped that stupid video. It was a waste of my time. The report of the week. I've been watching you since January of 2012. I found out about you when Cocaine Energy Drink posted your video review of their mild energy drink on their Facebook page, and I've watched you ever since. While I have always enjoyed their video, there has been a great increase in your level of maturity and the quality of your videos over the time that I've been watching you. I think what I appreciate most is your unique style compared to others about your age. I get a true sense of extreme intelligence from you. Hey, thank you. Actually, honestly, I remember you. I remember you from back in 2012. So it's great to see you're still here. I remember you commenting on my videos and what have you. Good man. And there was one small thing I'd like to address, however. In the VORW, where you discovered you were posted on the ASMR subreddit, you read the comments on your video. You read 4 positive comments and 1 negative one. You then responded that the 1 negative comment ruined the entire thing. We, as a culture here in the United States, tend to be deficit-focused, which causes us to really take in the negative over the positive. I'm not going to lie with you there. That's true. It happens to me all the time. There's not an attempt to make you re-enable comments. Alright. But instead, me saying that you should try to focus more on the positive things people say about you. Everywhere that I go, I see more positive than negative. Back in the day when you had comments enabled, there were more people that were kind to you, and the rest were obvious trolls. I was picked on a fair bit myself in my younger years, and I understand your life events, and the constant onslaught of negative comments is brutal to the psyche, but I just wanted to let you know that you're an awesome guy with the intelligence and potential to do great things in this world. I have a lot more to say, but for the sake of your time, I'll end it after one more statement. All of those people that hate on you do so because there is something within themselves that needs changing. Have a great day, man, and feel free to use my name if you like. This is Adam. I actually remember him. Long-time viewer. He's been with me since January of 2012, so he was there when my channel was much significantly smaller. I remember him. Good man, and truly inspiring words from him. Certainly an excellent comment. Really good motivation from him. And I'd have to agree. Lately I've been trying to focus on the positives. You see when I read this stuff, the majority of this is positive. Maybe it's just because I decide to respond specifically to the negatives. He was right, though. As a culture, we typically like to dwell on the negatives, and that might be just something there. Maybe I'm just so used to the negatives from times past that's what I dwell on nowadays. But it's always great to see all the positives and all the feedback and what have you. But I'm definitely trying here. I'm trying to focus more on the positives than the negatives, but when the negatives do come, I always respond and on occasion battle them and challenge them and go against them and what have you. But what else can be done, Anyway. We got one more email here. Hello there! I'm going to just start out by saying that I'm thoroughly enjoying your new show. VORW has some interesting topics, and I like hearing your opinions. Thank you for your time to take it. I have a question that I'm hoping you cover on VORW. Why do you not have advertisements on your videos? I'm curious as to why you choose not to monetize your video, and maybe you could make a few bucks off your hard work. Thank you for your time. You see, I don't make these videos with the intentions of earning a profit. I never have, and at least for the time being, I don't intend to. You see, I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy doing them. I dedicate my time to making this content for you. But I don't do this to earn a profit. I feel that if I was only in it for the money, there would be no point in doing this. I do this for you guys. I do this for both an educational value and an entertainment value for everyone who listens. Well, I think that's all that needs to be said. I think so. I don't do this for the money or anything like that, but I think that's all that needs to be said there. I guess non-profit, as you could say. I really don't, plan on making any money from this. Eventually, if I ever did plan on expanding, I wouldn't charge any money. I wouldn't monetize. The only money I would take would be donations, and who would give money to this? But for now, I accept no money at all. None. I do have a few ads on some videos I have monetized in the past, but I currently do not. Well, a lot of fan mail, you know? A lot of fan mail. And I know you might have said with that person, you know, you might be thinking at least of that person with the t-shirt. You might have said, wow, you were a bit harsh on him or her, the person. You might have said, well, you're a bit harsh on that person. No, I'm not. I personally believe I'm not, and I'll tell you why. You know, I mentioned the thing with the t-shirt in my lecture. I know not a lot of people, I know actually a good amount of people actually watch my videos all the way through, which actually surprised me. I thought it would be far less, but a lot of people watch my videos all the way through. Even the lectures, even the broadcasts, even the radio shows, whatever you wish to call them. People listen to them all the way through. And, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Someone who's such an avid viewer like that, I'd expect them to, you know, watch the broadcast yesterday all the way through. And the thing is, and what irks me is that, you know, all these questions that people have, a large majority of them are answered in my shows. Just people don't watch them, you know? And those of you who do watch my shows all the way through don't have any questions because I cover them all for the most part. At least the obvious questions. You know, a lot of you have nice questions, intricate questions, but it's just little blatant questions like that tell me, you know, obviously this person, you know, didn't dig too deep for an answer. But I appreciate your feedback there, and I've got nothing against you. Nothing at all. Well, what do we got to talk about today? Just a brief announcement here. Well, pretty brief. I guess you could say pretty brief. Going off a caffeinated beverage today. Anyway, I was looking around online and I was checking out various sites. And a lot of sites have a newsletter, you know? And I was thinking, well, I have spare time on my hands, I don't mind writing. So I thought, should I produce maybe a newsletter for the Report of the Week every couple of months? It wouldn't be too long, it would just be a few pages, like 3 or 4 pages. Just saying what's going on, any plans, what have you. You know, a little digest for what's gone down in Report of the Week world for the past few months. I figured, should I make a newsletter for this channel? Oh, should I? I don't know. You know, I have all the equipment to do so. I could easily dedicate time. If I were to make a short newsletter like that every like 2 or 3 months, I could easily do that. Could easily pump them out. You know, get them up online as a whatever, a PDF. You know, post the links on my channel, whatever. So it's up in the air. Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what develops, right? But that's just a brief little announcement there. There's a possibility. Definitely a possibility, but you know, things have yet to really go into fruition with that. But we'll see. Well, as I said before, it's a possibility, but don't expect it. If it happens, you'll be pleasantly surprised. If not, well, don't be disappointed, you know? That's what I have to say. That's the attitude I always try to say, you know? Expect the worst, hope for the best. That's what I say. I know many people say, maybe that's what they do say. I know someone is saying hope for the worst, but expect the best. It's idiotic. You know, it says you gotta expect the worst. You always gotta be prepared. And this comes into any situation at hand. Any situation. You gotta expect the worst. I know this sounds pessimistic, and very well might be, but you always have to be prepared for a worst case scenario. Always, every time. You gotta know what would happen if things go south real bad. You always have to be prepared if that ever happens. So be prepared for the worst. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. Always be optimistic, but expect the worst to come. A little life lesson from your good old boy Report of the Week. Now onto the actual show. Just wasted what? What did we waste here? Let's see. 20-something minutes into the show. Whew. Well, I spent a lot of time reading fan mail, but I do. I always try to respond to everything, and I enjoy reading them. I do. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? You know, if you're a guy especially, you're going to know this. Maybe some of you even own some of this. We're talking about clothing here. And they're popular again. They were popular in the 90s, and now they seem to be popular again today. They're pants, not jeans. Tan. Dark tan, maybe even a brown in color. They could be worn casually or formally. You know what we're talking about? Not dress pants, we're talking about khakis. We are talking about khaki pants. Yes, that's right, khaki pants. I actually own about 5 or 6 pairs of them. You almost never see me wearing them on the show, on any reviews, but I do wear them. I do wear khakis, but I always wear them with, a shirt and tie. On very hot days, I wear them just with a polo or dress shirt, but most of the time for shirt and tie. Khakis. Yeah, khakis. That's what we'll be talking about today. Khaki pants. I'm sure a lot of you own a pair. Some of you who might work in an office own multiple pairs. Or some of you who just wear them as casual wear might own a few pairs. Khakis vary. They certainly do. I'm not going to lie to you there. They vary. Khaki pants vary. And there's a history to them, they're not like the Victorian garments that I've discussed previous, such as the wing collars and imperial collars and club collars. They don't have that long of a history. Khaki pants originated in the 1800s with British troops in India. That's where they actually came from. The color of the khakis and the pants and what have you originated, in British India in the 1800s as part of a military uniform. And it pretty much stayed as a military uniform, a military garment, for many years to come. However, in the 1920s and 30s, it started being adopted as more casual wear. But men still dressed, pretty nicely back then. And then really in the 50s and 60s, that's when it really started becoming acceptable to, wear as complete casual wear. Men might wear the khakis with a button-down shirt, tucked in, what have you. And then in the 70s and 80s, really weren't heard much of among the general public. Men, of course, would still wear them, dressed well. Then in the 90s, khakis were worn casually for the most part. Maybe they were more, maybe they weren't as, loose as the khaki dress pants is sometimes called nowadays. But they're worn more casually. Then in the mid-2000s, they went away, but now they're back. I see men all the time wearing khaki pants, though they do vary. Let's get to this now. There's 2 types of khaki pants, in my opinion. You have the more formal khaki dress pants, then you have the casual khakis. Now, the more formal khaki pants are typically, and this could always be, this could have some variation, but typically they're a little looser. They usually have a pretty defined crease in them. They're occasionally cuffed at the bottom. They might have pleats. They're pretty much like regular dress pants, but in the color of khakis. And as I said, they're looser, so you could easily tuck a shirt in there, usually worn with a belt. And they're usually made for more formal wear. You might see some businessmen wearing a shirt and tie with khakis or a sport coat with them, or what have you. But they're usually designed for more casual wear. Then you have, or more formal wear, my apologies there. For me, they're actually a casual garment, those khakis. They're actually my most casual pants that I own. But, then you have the true casual khakis that you see guys wearing all the time today. They're still the same color. but they're more tighter, you know? Everyone nowadays is talking about that ungodly, idiotic, slim fit trash. That's what everyone's talking about today. That's what's in. You know? I'm going to talk about that trash maybe in a later episode, and I'm really going to rant about it, but I despise it. But that's what's popular today. Everything's got to be tight and uncomfortable for guys, you know? Everything. Don't know what they're trying to show off. Well, we'll keep that private. But it's everything has to be slim fit, tight. No, that trash, all that crap. So, the main characteristic of the casual khaki pants for guys, they're usually pretty tight. They're almost like skinny jeans, kind of, but they're khakis. And if you might be noticing that I sometimes say khakis as khakis. If you remember last year, there was a commercial in the United States for State Farm. There was a guy who was saying, the guy was talking to him at 3 a.m., getting insurance or whatever. And the wife comes down and thinks he's talking to a sex line. And she says, what's your name? And he says, Jake from State Farm. She says, what are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? Or khakis? And he says it in that exact voice. And I just find it amusing to say it as such in a more relaxed environment such as this. But anyway. Yeah, really, the casual khakis are more characterized by they're tighter, they're more slim fit. They're not necessarily designed to be worn, for shirt and tie or the shirt tucked in. They're pretty tight around the waist. Maybe slightly baggy, but once again, they're pretty tight. No real room there. So that, I don't own a pair. I see guys wearing it all the time, but I figure I don't care. I'm not going to wear that. So that's a big difference there. Now you could have khakis that are different colors as well. Obviously you got the classic tan khaki pants. The tan or sometimes, dark tan, a lighter tan, maybe a brown in there. That's the most commonly known type of khakis. Now, there's other colors of them also. I actually have a few pairs that are different colors. Most commonly, the next most popular color is navy blue, a dark blue khaki dress pants. You'll sometimes see people wearing those as well. I don't see them worn too much anymore, but I own a pair of them. And you'll also see a pair of black khaki dress pants. And I'm actually wearing a pair today right now. For those of you wondering, I'm wearing a white dress shirt, collar with the buttons on it, looks like a gray and red striped tie, light gray and red striped tie. I think I said before, those black khaki dress pants, and a light gray sweater. So got some color coordination going there. But that's my ensemble today. So I am actually wearing black khaki dress pants. And that's the next type of khakis you might see, also black. Usually it's just a tan or tan variant, navy blue, and then black. Now you might see these ungodly, terrible, immoral, horrible khakis, which are in like pink or green or teal. That's trash. It's not even. I don't even consider them at all formal garments. It's a disgrace. So I'm not even going to talk about those. Absolutely terrible. So they might come in other colors like that, but they're just completely casual. And if you try to say otherwise, it's incorrect, in my opinion. So there's khakis. They're actually pretty nice pants because they could be worn with pretty much anything. They could be worn with a shirt and tie. They could be worn with a polo shirt. Or they could be worn with a t-shirt. And that's what I like about khakis, they've got good variation to them. And though my khakis that I wear are the more formal version, Doesn't matter anyway, because that's as casual as it gets for me. So there you have it. All about khakis, right? Who knew that I could talk for some time about them? Who knew? You are listening to VORW. We are about 3/4 through the show, and I hope you're enjoying it thus far. If you have access to the internet, feel free to check us out at www.youtube.com/The Report of the Week. That's www.youtube.com/THEREPORTOFTHEWEEK. That's youtube.com/The Report of the Week. Once you arrive at the channel, feel free to explore it. We have hundreds of videos dating through the years, consisting of both energy drink reviews, food reviews, lectures, and our previous broadcasts of the VORW show. Please explore the channel, and if you wish, send me a message. Send us your feedback, comments, questions on the show, future show topics, or if you just wish to talk, you may do that as well. So please, it is very important that you get in touch with us about the show. Please send me a message if you'd like. Thank you very much, and I hope you're enjoying the show thus far. You know, a real topic of discussion for the show lately, maybe not about the show, but in general, it's been my hairstyle. Now, isn't that something? Isn't that amusing? That this slicked hair here, people ask about so much. So I figure I'll clear up a few questions. Yes, and for those of you wondering, people do actually have questions about my hairstyle. Now, isn't that something? Isn't that actually kind of amusing? That people actually have questions about this? They do. I get questions about my hair all the time. Not in public, people just mind their own business. But and I don't mean that in a bad way. But online, people ask me about it, and they always say, could you do a tutorial about it? Oh, what have you. I will, at some point. I will. Now, hairstyles today. Well, they don't vary too much anymore. There isn't too much variation. Every guy nowadays usually has either a full buzz cut or has it short on the sides and back and a little higher on the top. Some guys go with the side part. Some guys fail at it, some guys do a good job. But my hairstyle is a little more archaic, as some may call it. My hairstyle is a little... well, it's very authentic. Pretty much straight out of the 1940s, 50s, and even 60s, to a degree. Let's talk about the evolution of my hairstyle. I decided, in my early videos, in my 2011 videos, you saw my hair was more childlike in an aspect. It was... I let it run wild. I just let it flow freely. I didn't use any product. Just let it go. And I realized in maybe June of 2011, I figured, well, I wear the suits. I have the ideals of the time, at least most of the ideals. Have that thought process. Why don't I style my hair, modeling the era that I admire? And I said, you know what, do it. Be your man and do it. And I did. So I started off at first, using hair gel. LA Looks hair gel. And I originally just made a side part, and I combed it over. That's what I did. I made a side part, and I combed it over. That's how it went. Of course, it changed. I used to just make a side part and comb it straight over, and just severely slick it down, and that'd be that. And surprisingly enough, people have said, comb it over again, comb it over. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I will. But for now, it's still going to be slicked back. Now, eventually, in probably mid-2012, about a year later, I decided I'm going to fully slick it back now. I'm going to, pretty much just slick it back, still off the side part, for a more authentic hairstyle. And that I did. I still used the hair gel, and it was a pretty severe, hairstyle. I didn't mind it. But it would be a little pain to manage. Some of the hair gel wasn't that efficient. Didn't do its thing, really. So I decided, about a year ago, or over a year ago, I'm going to switch products. I said I'm going to switch to Brill Cream. Brill Cream. I read about it. I saw reviews of it online, not by me, by another person. I saw authentic, ads and pictures for it, and I saw how it would attain a perfect hairstyle for me. I decided, well, it's still around in 2013, so I figured I'm going to go out and get some. And I did. And I used it, and I thought it was a great product, and that's a product I still use today, Brill Cream. It's a great product. It actually keeps the hair soft and dry, so it's not the thick, wet hair gel. Keeps the hair soft, dry, but it has a nice shine and hold, which I do like. So it's got everything there, but it's easy to manage. And I've been using that, ever since. And it's really nice also because only a small quantity can get the desired hairstyle of mine. Someone said he uses a whole tub of pomade. No, I don't. I literally use just a tiny little dab of Brill Cream every morning, and that does it. So, there you have it. That's the product I use. Now, length. People have said, "Oh, can you do a tutorial?" Well, first off, and maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to do a video showing this. But 2 or 3 weeks, well, I said I was going to do a video showing this. What you need, though, if you want to style it like mine, you need to get the right length. And that's something a lot of people, don't think about. Many individuals think, oh, well, I got my hair so I could manage it however I want. No, that's not how it works. You gotta have your hair higher on the top, longer on the top, and shorter on the sides and back. Make a side part and slick the longer hair on the top back, and there you go. It's that easy. It's that simple. And I'll do an in-depth tutorial. But it can't be a uniform length all around. It just doesn't work like that. It's got to be shorter on the sides and back and higher on the top. It's that simple. And a lot of guys have that style, so if they were able to grow it out for a little while, they could easily attain this look. They easily could. Now, one thing, I haven't done videos in a long time. My next week's video is actually going to be my newest video that I've filmed since February 20th. So it'll be a while, almost 2 months. A little hiatus per se, but yeah, well, you're not going to even notice this, but I do. I look in the mirror every day. I notice this. Most of the time, I get a haircut every month. I get a haircut every single month. That's my policy. Keep it short and clean, right? So I've been getting a haircut every month. Well, had a little change of plans now going. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the last time I got a haircut was early January of 2014, just after New Year's. So I've decided I'm growing my hair out, guys. I'm doing it. I'm growing it out. Right now the hair on the top, obviously I slick it back still. The hair on the top, if I just put it forward, goes down to probably my nose. The hair on the side near the part would probably go from the part, which is pretty high up, down to almost midway down through my ear. The hair in my back's going down to the collar. And the sides, I don't know. But I slick it all back. And I've decided I'm just going to grow it out. I'm thinking I'm going to take it maybe another 2 months before I cut it. Just going to see how things go. I know in today's age, 2014, haircuts for men are very short for the most part. You know, you got the buzz cuts, you know, coming back. Got the side parts, all of that. You know, short back and sides and all that. All these hairstyles coming back, and here I am growing my hair out. Why would you do such a thing? Especially a person like you, many of you are wondering. You know, you'd think, well, you know, you admire the era. You know, you admire the 50s, 40s, 30s. No one was growing their hair out back then. You know, you always say you look down upon the hippies, so why are you growing your hair out like they did? I don't know. I can't tell you why I am. I just am. I've decided, I said to myself this time, you know, I said this a few weeks ago, maybe like a month ago even. I said, well, I'm not going to get a haircut, I said. I'm going to cut my hair when it feels right. I said, when I get the feeling, when I wake up one morning, I said, well, it's time to cut the hair. Then I'm going to do it. But until then, I'm just going to let it go. And so far, I wake up every day and look at my hair, and when I'm combing it out in the morning, and I say, nah, I don't need a haircut yet. Or, no, I'm just not feeling cutting it off yet. So I don't do it. One morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to say, yeah, it's time to cut all this off. And I'm going to go to the barber and get it cut off. But as of now, I'm just going to let it grow out. And I'm going to, of course, manage it and keep it tidy and neat. But when the time comes, I'll cut it off. But until then, I'll just let it flow. If you have a problem with that, I look down upon you. Because the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. You always hear me on these microphones and in the videos. I'm already an unusual looking character, to say the least. Don't judge a book by its cover. And one day I'm going to cut it all off eventually. You know, I've decided when I get the haircut, I'm going to go with the number 4 buzz cut on the sides and back. And a little higher on the top, so it's definitely going to be significantly shorter. But they always say don't judge a book by its cover. It's not the appearance that matters. It's the mouth that does. It's the words that come out of this mouth that are important. It doesn't matter what I look like. It doesn't matter what I wear, though many people assume that that is important. It's really not. It's what I say that's important. And what I do that's important. But how I look is not. It has no significance in the least. Whether I'm bald or have long hair going down to my shoulders or what have you, I'm still going to be the same person. It doesn't change me in any way. So you got to keep that in mind. Don't judge a book by its cover, ladies and gentlemen. But some of you will anyway. I know you will, but I know some of you won't. I know it. Well, I think that closes VORW for today. I think it does. I've got nothing more to say. Hope you enjoyed your Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed the show thus far. And remember, if you have any comments or questions about the show or just want to chat, send me an email if you'd like. Thank you all for listening. I'll be back here tomorrow, as I am every other day. We'll get back to you then. This is the Report of the Week, signing off. Have a good day. Take care.